Hello, everyone. Welcome to Shadow of the Game. My name's Steven.
And I'm Andrew.
And today we're going to be playing Nightshift. So, if you want to pick this game up, there'll be a link down in the description just in case you want to try it on yourself. That was English. What are you laughing about over there? They know what I'm saying. They know what I'm saying. Hey, don't make fun of me. So, your quick rules rundown. This is another choose your own adventure book where there's a bunch of entries, and as you go through the story, you make decisions, and those decisions... My voice isn't working today. They decide what's going to happen to you and whether you live, die, make it through. This one is the first book in a series of books called The Cluster of Echoes. I don't know if they're all connected, or it's just the series kind of like Fighting Fantasy, where it's a bunch of by the same author. But this one is you are a employee working at a hospital, and you're working the night shift. And I will warn any of you that might be scared. It is a horror book, and I think it can get kind of creepy. So, fair warning to all you.
I don't want to play anymore.
Tough luck. You're gonna play it, and you're gonna like it.
I'm gonna die.
You're gonna like it. But yeah, choose your own adventure. If you watched any of our videos before, you know what's up. Pretty easy. Andrew is gonna do great. As always, since these games are usually kind of meant to be played multiple times, as you fail, you learn what not to do and what to do. We're giving Andrew 2 lives. So if he dies once, we'll let him play again. We'll jump back to a place where we think he can get farther. Unless we go really far the first time, then we might only be 1 life. You know how it is. Depends. But without further ado, you ready to get into it?
Are you ready to read? Can you do it?
I think I'm ready. My voice is okay. You wake up with a start. And the darkness confuses you at first. Where are you? With your heart thudding in your chest, you grope aimlessly around trying to get your bearings. You're lying across functional and slightly sticky faux leather chairs. Oh, that's right. You give a relief sigh as your eyes adjust to the gloominess, and you can now make out the furniture in the small break room. How long have you been asleep? It has been an intense night shift in the operating department so far. You hurtled straight into an emergency aortic aneurysm, who, despite everyone's best efforts, died on the table. And once you've cleaned that up, the phone rang warning you that an urgent neuro case was on its way. At least that'd gone better, clot removed and patient patched up. But it was hard to say just how much brain damage was already done. That was 3:30. You and Nancy had trudged off the break rooms. You think trudged off to the break rooms. Already have a typo. Where Nancy settled down with a Netflix program, and you'd gone off to catch some much-needed sleep. You always suffered from insomnia when you were working the night shift. You gradually noticed the silence. Maybe Nancy fell asleep too. But there's something else. And for that matter, what woke you up? You stand up, cracking your spine as you stretch, then you go to the door. As soon as you open it, though, it is clear that something is definitely wrong. The corridor is dark. Who's turned off the lights? The lights are never turned off. And then you hear it. A lazy, heavy drip, drip. You think about calling out to Nancy, but your throat is constricted. So you inch towards the entrance of the other break room, fingertips walking over the wall. You draw closer and closer and can now see a flickering light in the darkness. There is no sound, but the television illuminates the scene. You gasp, an involuntary intake of shock, and your hand automatically covers your mouth. You stare. You can't stop staring, and you know that Nancy is beyond help. She's slumped on her side, throat slashed from ear to ear, and stab wounds all over her body. An ever-widening pool of blood is collecting on the floor as it oozes down from her neck in a slowly coagulating drops. At that moment, you notice them, the footprints, and the bloodied footprints walking away from the corpse and into the corridor. It breaks your paralysis and you moan. He's still here. The murderer is still here. For a second, you feel an overwhelming surge to slump on the floor and wait till he finds you. But then, no. You don't want to die. You have to get out. You think quickly now. The intensive care unit. Plenty of people there. Plenty of help. That's the best place. You pad almost silently down the corridor. pause at the end, then decisively open the door and slip into the main part of the operating department. You freeze, holding your breath, listening. The door closes behind you with a gentle whoosh. It's a giveaway. If he heard that, he knows exactly where you are. You stand there like a statue for an eternity, although it's probably only seconds, then set off again, running steadily towards the locked door at the far end. The door that connects the theaters to the ICU. Only a few more steps, just a few more steps. You slide into the alcove, trying to breathe without making a sound. You feel sick, but you're nearly there. All you have to do now is put in the code to unlock the door. And that's when you hear it. A distinct cough followed by a door opening and the footsteps of someone heavy, someone confident, and someone heading this way. Your brain explodes in a blaze of panic, all neurons firing at once. Get out! You turn to the keypad, remembering only that the code is the first 4 prime numbers. He's getting closer. You can hear his breath. You can smell him. You only have one chance. You're sweating, slippery fingers, arms heavy, mom spaghetti. What number do you type in?
Is that actually what
No.
it says?
Oh, I just saw the... with your sweating. I don't know why that made me think of it.
3579?
So, your options are 2357, 1235, or 1357.
Oh, 1357. Yeah. First 4
Are you
prime
sure?
numbers. Yeah.
You yank the door handle and pull desperately, but it's locked fast.
What?
His shadow looms over you, and you turn screaming. You put your hands up, but he is too strong and the knife is too sharp.
I already
Mercilessly,
died.
darkness takes you, and your end is
kidding me.
over quickly. Should we count that?
That's impossible. Is it not 1357?
I don't think one's a prime number.
So it's... What were the other options?
1235,
2's not a prime number.
and then 2357. Yeah, we're not gonna count that one because like literally the first entry. Who knows math, anyways? So we're gonna go 230. People are gonna be like, "How do you not know prime numbers?" But that's fine.
I mean, I do.
230. I would love if this also said you
I
died.
haven't been in... Listen, the fact that I remembered 3579 is impressive to me.
The
I
fact
haven't
that
been in math class since... I'm not going to say that year.
the fact that after literally the first entry, 2 of the 3 things lead to instant death if you get it wrong I think that's too much.
That is too much.
I mean, because honestly, I know plenty of people that don't even know what prime numbers are.
Yeah.
So it's basically just like a guessing game.
It's no 2 numbers
And
multiplied
at that
add
point
to equal that number. Not including that number.
Okay, let's forget about prime numbers. You yank the handle down and pull the door open. You slide through the gap, then desperately turn to close it. The shadow looms nearer. The door closes, but slowly. Oh, so slowly. You feel a scream ripping at the side of your throat. Come on! And then it clicks, just as the handle rattles. Your heart stops for a second, but you hear a curse and a fist slam on the door. You slump down the wall, legs too weak to hold you up, but blood thudding in your ears. Gradually, you start to breathe again, and then you look around. You're in a corridor that you know well, but not like this. The dim nighttime light can't disguise how rundown and abandoned it is. This isn't normal. You can see patches of damp and spores all over the walls. The paint is peeling off, and a thick layer of grime lies under your fingers. You get up, using the wall as leverage, but snatch your hand away as a spider runs over it. Ooh, speak today. What's going on? You stand with your back to the door you've just escaped through. That's a good idea. Stand with your back to the door where there's a murderer on the other side with a big knife. He's totally not going to try and get through that door. This is already seeming weird, because why is there a locked door in a hospital between 2 departments? But it's fine. You can see the corridor leading to the intensive care unit is on the left if you decide to head there. However, if you go straight ahead, you'll reach the main hospital thoroughfare, and if you think that's a better option. So would you like to go to the intensive care unit or the main hospital thoroughfare?
I see you.
You have died. You walk down the corridor. Far from intensive care being the safe option you hope for, all you can see is carnage. The sign "Intensive Care Unit, Please Buzz for Entrance" is lying twisted on the floor. The security doors that normally barred unauthorized visitors from swinging off their hinges. Huge holes punched through, and beyond them, who knows? You tread carefully over the debris, wondering whether this is still a good idea. If you want to creep on into the intensive care unit, do you want to creep onto the intensive care unit, or do you decide to ring the buzzer?
I'm not ringing the buzzer. You crazy?
They might open the door for you, though. I like how you're thinking of ringing the buzzer when the door is already ripped off its hinges. You're like, this seems
Didn't
weird.
They say it's on the ground?
Can you buzz me in?
Or the sign's on the ground, but...
Watch, you're going to creep in and someone's going to be like, you didn't do the buzzer. Die. You inch silently into the intensive care unit and soon reach the first bay. But to your intense disappointment, can see that it is clearly empty. The beds have rusted frames, some with torn mattresses, other with brown stained sheets still on them, but no patients and no nurses. There are drip stands scattered all over the floor and cobwebs draped over the curtain rails. At first, you can only hear your own heart thudding, but then you hear another noise. It's coming from the second bay, a gurgling, choking sound. A patient? You peer around the corner but can't make anything out, although you do notice an open door in the far wall. You're not sure what this room is, but if you decide to head over to it, do you want to head over to it, or do you want to find out about the choking patient?
I feel like
I
should check on the choking patient first.
I just want to
I am a doctor after all.
Are you a doctor?
A nurse?
I think you're just a nurse.
Maybe I'm just an orderly.
No, you're a nurse, I think. Let me just say right off the bat, so far in this adventure, all these decisions seem horrible.
Yeah. Especially after that first one, you're like
just instantly dead.
You don't know.
Okay.
You don't know.
What do you want to do?
I want to check on the choking patient. I'm still, I'm still working.
They might be in trouble.
Still getting paid.
Still on the night shift.
Still have a job to do.
Just almost got murdered. Everything looks run down, but man, you gotta help those patients. You edge further into the second bay, following the strange sound. It gets louder as you get closer, and then you can see the patient. The sheets have been kicked off, and you can see its thin legs writhing. It's wearing a hospital gown, is just skin and bones, and from its mouth, you can see the intubation tube. That's where the gurgling noise is coming from. Suddenly, it looks straight at you, eyes bulging and staring, then starts to pull at the tube. You dart forward as if to help a normal patient, but then you realize the tube keeps coming. The patient gags and retches as it drags the tube from its throat, but it never ends. He's a magician. The tube just keeps coming. You stagger back with your hands over your mouth while it stares at you. There's definitely nothing you can do to help it, and if you had enough of this place and that noise, you can leave the intensive care unit, or if you can bear to stay a little while longer and check on the room over at the far wall. So you want to leave the intensive care unit, or you want to check that room from before?
I'm going to go check the room.
You stay here. Keep doing what you're doing. It's great. I'm going to check on this room. All I can think of is like the when they keep pulling like the same
they
thing.
pull the scarf out of their sleeve.
Man, this book's kind of creepy, bro.
It is a horror game.
Yeah, but every game we play is a horror game. This one's creepy, bro. Because we play Call of Cthulhu. I guess the Fighting Fantasy one wasn't, but like Call of Cthulhu is meant to be creepy. It's a cool kind of creepy.
Mm-hmm. But we get to choose what happens. Don't make that face. I already died again.
You approach the doorway and see an eerie green light emanating from within. It's an office, and the computer monitor has its green standby light on. You gasp. Electricity? Internet? However, when you rush to the desk, you quickly realize that not only is there no actual computer, but the monitor is not even plugged in. You can't bring yourself to ask how it's lit up if it has no power. As you stand up to leave, you notice the cursor flashing on the screen, and then suddenly, a stream of letters appears. It says, "When I was small, I'm the longest, and when I'm large, I'm the shortest. What part of the body am I?" Seriously? A riddle? You shake your head, disbelieving. However, if you find yourself in a location which might be connected to the riddle's answer, add 50. To the
50
section.
what?
Add 50 to the section number you find yourself in, and then turn to that section. So, if you ever get to a place where this riddle's answer shows up, since you've previously gone to this place, you can add 50 to that answer, and I'm sure something good will happen.
What's the riddle?
When I'm small, I'm the longest, and when I'm large, I'm the shortest. What part of the body am I?
Intestines.
What?
Small and large intestines.
When I'm small, I'm the longest, and when I'm
The
large...
small intestine is the longest.
Make a note, bro.
Plus 50.
So riddle, answer, intestines, and then add 50. So yeah, if we ever get to a place where the answer, yeah. If you ever find yourself in a location which might be connected to the riddle's answer, add 50. So
I don't
I
even
guess
know if I spelled intestines right.
no, whatever. So if you ever find yourself where intestines are a thing, maybe you can add 50 to that. It will give you like a...
I can't believe I got that so fast.
Yeah, I was not. I didn't get that. Okay. There's nothing else in this office, so you head back towards the exit, but before you leave, a notice board on the wall catches your eye. You're not sure why, but you feel drawn to 2 items pinned up there. The off-duty roster and a postcard. If you do wish to examine the roster, do you want to study the postcard, or would you rather ignore the strange compulsion and leave the unit?
Postcard.
Postcard. As you get closer, you can see that the postcard is advertising some event to do with the Chemical Society. It has the Ouroboros symbol emblazoned on it, and you vaguely remember that it's related to the structure of benzene. But you can't imagine why the intensive care unit would have this on such prominent display. Although you can explain why you're so drawn to it, you pluck the postcard off the board and put it in your pocket. While you're here, you can check off the off-duty roster, but otherwise it's time to exit the unit. So do you want to check the off-duty roster before you leave?
Oh, might as well.
So you have a postcard for the Chemical Society with an Ouroboros symbol on it. That's
Aurora Borealis?
It's the snake eating its own tail.
Mm.
It's like the continuous circle. So yeah, off-duty roster. That guy's still pulling tube out of his throat. Don't worry about it.
You keep going. I'm going to check this roster.
I'm just looking at the roster, just checking who's here to take care of you later. Don't worry about it. You reach for the green-colored chart, but the drawing pin falls out, taking the roster with it to the floor. You tut in annoyance. But then notice a small hole in the board. It has been hidden by the roster, and as you peer closer, you realize that the hole goes through the wall, too. If you want to press your eye to the hole, you can look through, turn to 46. If you have a bad feeling about doing that and would rather just leave, there's no way you can look through this hole, bro.
Why not?
You're going to get stabbed by one of 2 things. So, if you want to take that chance in your hand, you still have 2 lives. We're not counting that first one. So if you want to spend your life on getting stabbed through the eye, it's up to you.
How big's the hole?
Don't ask that. It's big enough to see through.
But if I press my eye up to it,
I don't like the way it said press your eye.
Would they really know that?
Because it didn't say look through, it said press your eye, which means it's going to be like prime territory for someone to be like, what are you looking at? Bam.
Maybe I won't die. I'll just be blinded. Just one eye. I still have another good one.
You want to look through the hole, don't you?
I really do.
Okay. At first, you can't believe what you're seeing. It's the adjacent renal unit, and it looks normal. Oh, I guess it's weird, because everything else looks degraded. You pull back, ready to yell through the small hole, but at the last second, you see something and you pause, squinting again. It looks normal, doesn't it? Nurses walking back and forth, patients in beds, clean, no murders, just what you'd expect. But there it is again, a slight shimmer in the atmosphere. It's as if it's as if what you're seeing isn't really what you're seeing, as if 2 images are superimposed over each other. But that doesn't make sense, does it? And then it starts, a loud humming noise, the buzz of millions of insects. It fills your brain, and finally you step back from the notice board. Like a switch going off, the droning stops, and all you can hear is the gurgling sound still coming from the second bay. If you wish you knew what was going on, but something tells you that you're not going to find any answers here. You head for the exit.
Ain't nothing bad happened.
It sounds like you should avoid the renal unit. Just before you reach the main doors to the intensive care unit, you hear a sound that chills your blood. Faint click as the connecting door to the operating theater opens. You freeze. Footsteps again. Those heavy, confident footsteps, but are they coming your way? There's nowhere to go if they do. You can run and you can hide, but all that do so have all died. Comes a sing-song voice from the You can run, you can hide, but all that do so have all died. Comes a sing-song voice from the distance. Not only is he hunting you, but he's taunting you too. Oh no! What a mean jerk! Tears fill your eyes. Wow. And trickle down your cheeks. But then you realize the footsteps are moving away from you. He's emotional. I don't know if I'd cry in that situation. I'd be freaked out. I don't know. I'm not a big like scared crier.
Yeah.
I'd
still try and run and hide.
Panicked. I'd beat him up. You hear the door at the end open and close, and you sag with relief. You're safe for now. You head quickly along to the junction. The door on your right, which leads back to the operating theaters, is now wide open if you decide to go back there, or if you want to head left and follow in the man's footsteps. So do you want to go back to the operating theater or
follow him?
Or go the same way he's going? You could hear more songs. You can run, you can hide, but all that do so have all died. Theater! Strangely, the first thing you notice is that the normally polished floor is covered with a thin carpet of green mold, and there are no footprints smeared into it. So wherever you were earlier, it certainly wasn't here, which hopefully means he isn't here too. The walls used to be a pale green color, but now are painted a dark Prussian blue. What a specific Prussian blue. When is this supposed to be set, bro? It's discolored and flaking in places, but still feels like being in a deep abyss. The watery sensation is enhanced by a constant trickling ahead of you in the corridor, but it smells unusual and distinctly acidic. You're not sure what you should do. This obviously isn't the way back to your world, but where is? What? How do I get back to my world? With an impatient shake, you decide that standing here isn't going to help. You need to find something out. Anything. You start walking down the corridor past the operating theaters when you notice one of the doors is propped open and there's a light on. There wasn't a light on before. Do you want to enter the operating theater, or would you prefer to investigate the acidic smell? Theater. Maybe.
Christine.
Do you think they're putting on Les Miserables? Don't start singing. Were you about to attempt to sing a Les Mis song? No, don't do it.
It's too early for
Don't do it. Despite the dark blue hue of the walls, the brightness of the operating lights expose everything in stark detail, especially the corpse lying on the table. A young woman with her long dark hair hanging over the sides and a dull glazed eyes staring beyond you. Oh. And a huge gaping incision in her abdomen.
Oh.
Did something happen that interrupted the surgery, so they had to leave her here? You creep closer and your expert eyes take in the stomach and intestines. But hang on, where's her liver? This looks less like the sort of surgery you know, and more like a harvesting. Suddenly, the operating lights start shifting, moving steadily from the dead woman to the other side of the room. Eventually it stops, the beam of light aimed directly at the operations register, and you wonder if any details of this so-called surgery were recorded. If you want to examine the register, turn to 37. If you think that it may be more prudent to find a weapon here, turn to 246. So, should we check what's at, because this is 22, what's at 72? Because it clearly said intestines. So do we want to check if this is... Because I don't know if this is going to give us a clue, or you just have to realize. Because usually it's like, oh, if you have a previously go to this thing. So we'll check.
Just check, see what it says. If it's like instant death, then I think we should avoid that.
It can't be instant death.
Not it? Alright, well, I'm going to go for the weapon anyway.
Wow. I could have... Man, it was like his stomach and intestines. Whatever. Another time. So yeah, do you want to look at the register, or do you want to find a weapon?
I'm gonna look for a weapon.
Probably a good idea. Gotta fight off. You can run, you can hide, but all that have all died. I think. 246. This is where you work, and you know that this poor Lemons Wiver This poor woman's liver wasn't ripped out by hand. Something sharp was used, and that could be the perfect weapon. You rummage through the cupboards and assemble a scalpel. It's not much, but it's better than nothing. You put the knife carefully in your pocket. Why? Why would you put it in your pocket?
Just gonna cut straight through and...
Just so you know,
fall on the
you would
ground.
instantly stab yourself. Then head for the scrub area where the exit door is. I like that they said that you assemble it.
Hopefully there's a cap on it.
No. But you do have to assemble scalpels. That's how it works in the operating room. So you have a scalpel. That's in your
'cause I gotta
pocket.
replace the blade.
Let me just pull out my skull. I stabbed myself. Crap. Well, it doesn't look like you get to examine the registry.
That's fine.
That's okay.
I was more worried about the weapon. I was worried that if I examined the registry, it wouldn't give me the chance to find a weapon.
I mean, there's probably just another hole to look through.
Yeah.
You find yourself back in the blue corridor. Just ahead is the entrance to the recovery bay, and a little farther on is the staircase, which leads downstairs to more operating theaters. You want to get out of this oppressive darkness, so if you decide to try your luck, do you want to go downstairs, or would you prefer to head to the recovery area? More operating theaters or recovery?
Do they actually call them theaters? I've never heard that term before.
It's the official term. No one says that though.
Mm-hmm.
I think I think they were called theaters because in harkening back to, I mean, a lot of places still do this, like teaching hospitals and stuff, but they'll have like the seating for people to watch from, like students and
Like
stuff.
teaching hospitals specifically have those.
And so it's more like a theater because it has like, I think that's where it comes from.
I've seen them in the TV shows.
I've seen them in the shows.
I'm gonna check recovery.
Recovery.
Med-surg recovery is usually the chillest spot, right?
This isn't med-surg recovery, bro. This
Isn't it?
is operating room.
Well,
Which is also still pretty chill.
kind of the same.
This is where you get all the funny videos from.
Hmm.
People waking up from anesthesia.
Yeah, usually a chill spot.
Everyone's always chill. They're not in a horrible pain or anything.
Oh yeah, it'll be fine.
It's fine. The silvery moon casts a cold light around the large room.
The moon. I'm indoors.
I don't know. There's definitely not windows in here, so I don't know where the moon's coming from. Normally, there's not windows like in anything, like in the operating room. Normally, it was full of patients waking up after their operations, but now it's cluttered with discarded equipment and everything has a heavy coating of dust and mold. There's nothing here, you decide, but just when you set off for the exit, the ceiling lights flash on and off. You wait, not breathing, half hoping, half dreading that something else is here. Suddenly it does. The wall light opposite switches on and then swings around. Did that make sense to you?
The wall light opposite.
The wall light opposite switches on and then swings around, sweeping an arc of light across the room.
The wall light opposite switches on.
And then swings
and then
around.
Swings around.
I'm guessing it's
so there's a light
that
that's coming off of the wall.
I mean, it makes sense.
So you
but
can
that
like
was-
angle.
Oh,
yeah,
dude.
yeah. I see
Sweeping an arc across the room. If you've seen this happen before, you should remember a name. The name of a surgeon, or more accurately, a butcher. Turn the name into a number by using the code A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, blah, 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 Z is 26. Add the numbers together and turn to the section with the same number.
Where the heck would I have learned that?
If you haven't come across the name, the strange light means nothing to you other than it's probably time to get out of the apartment. You head for the exit.
Dang it. When would I have figured that out?
You probably would have run into him in your travels, and you would have known his name, and you could have made it into a number. But alas, all you know is
What?
intestines. Is his name Intestines? Hopefully, I mean, it's nice that it just lets you leave, though. You walk swiftly towards the exit of the operating department and unlock the doors, but when you step out into the main thoroughfare, your heart sinks. You were hoping it would look normal, but you'd finally woken up from a nightmare, but no. If anything, it looks even worse. Ceiling tiles are hanging down from the twisted metal struts. There are deep, long gouges in the few vestiges of plaster on the walls. If you didn't know better, you'd say that they were claw marks. But it couldn't be, could it? No. Nothing else is strange has happened tonight. You take a deep breath and try to plan what to do now. You can either go left or right. How you feeling, bro?
The right way
Is...
would be to the right. But they're trying to trick me.
Yes.
So the right way is actually left.
Let's go left then.
No.
What?
It's a double negative.
Oh no, so it is right.
Reverse psychology.
Correct.
Triple reverse.
No!
We're going right.
I hope you die. You walk a short distance to the corner where the corridor turns left. You can either follow it around or investigate the vascular ward, whose door is closed on your right. So
vascular ward.
You mean you want to go to the vestibular ward?
The testicular ward?
I don't know what's going on right now, but I can't read. Your hand grips the handle, and it's just about to turn it when you hear a cough from within. No, not another tube, man! You freeze. The cough is followed by whistling, a chirping little ditty. And heavy footsteps echo around the ward. He is here. You tiptoe swiftly away along the corridor. I'm surprised they didn't just have you die.
Tiptoe through the window.
Further on, you see something attached halfway up the wall. That certainly doesn't look normal. You edge closer to find out what it is, but all you can conclude is that it's a black, wispy mass. It's only the size of a watermelon, but it looks suspiciously like a cocoon, and you're sure you can see it writhing. You have a vision of it exploding with a scurry of thousands of spiders. So you decide to give it a wide berth while you consider your next move. To the left is a door to the general surgery ward. You can hear a faint yet frenetic squeaking from inside. Frenetic? I think it would be frantic. Whatever. But if you want to enter, you can turn to this page. The orthopedic.
Orthopedic?
It's spelled Paedic. Orthopedic.
Wow, I spelled orthopedic wrong.
This book, the grammar is all over the place.
Typos.
The orthopedic ward is on your right, but if you'd rather, you can continue along the passageway. So you can enter the general surgery, the orthopedic ward, or just continue along the passageway.
General surgery.
This is the one where you hear the frenetic squeaking from inside.
Mm-hmm.
You are. I'll give it to you.
I got intestines.
You are. Oh, that's true. That's I feel like, weren't you already in the general surgery ward because you found a woman having abdominal surgery? But
I'm just
whatever.
going in circles.
Well, I think it just kind of said like the surgery theaters. Now it's like, oh, now you're in the general surgery ward. It's like, but wouldn't you have general surgery? Whatever. The door opens with only the faintest wheeze, but slams shut with a crash. Instantly, There is an exodus, a mass of sharp claws skittering across the floor, and you picture a flood of rats streaming away. At least they're not streaming in your direction, but now you're dreading finding out why they are here in the first place. After all, vermin usually only go where there's easy access to food, and in this place, that can only mean one thing. Cheese. As you walk through the deserted ward, you look at each bed, but there's no corpses. Nothing, and yet you can smell something really bad. What is it? And where is it? It's the cheese! It's gone moldy! Suddenly you realize that you're looking too low. Arranged decoratively around the curtain rails surrounding one of the bed, like a Christmas garland, is a complete set of...
Intestines!
The purple coils swell, then contract in a hypnotic wave, and out of one torn end comes an occasional drip of putrid thick liquid.
Nice.
You stare mesmerized for a while. Does this mean anything?
Of course it does.
Then shake yourself out of it. You notice that the gut is draped around bed number 5, but otherwise you don't think there's anything else here. You leave the ward and head back out into the thoroughfare. So, 45 plus 50 is...
95.
This has got to be it. Because it literally just had you walk in, look at that, then walk out. Mm-hmm. So unless you had seen intestines before, that would just be such a pointless... Whilst you stare, half mesmerized by the intestines, a flash of inspiration hits, and you shout, "When I'm small, I'm the longest. When I'm large, I'm the shortest. What am I? The small and large intestines!" Mm-hmm. In capitals, by the way. But your moment of... I like how you're just yelling this.
Just screaming.
I know the answer! But your moment of triumph doesn't last long. You are rewarded by a flurry of scrabbling from underneath the bed, which makes you instantly regret being so loud. But it's not an avalanche of rodents. The floor itself is starting to crumble. A tiny patch to start with, but the hole grows and spreads wider. The particles of floor now seeping down like sand grains in an egg timer. You shuffle back from the edge, but as quickly as it began, it stops. You edge forward cautiously and look down the hole. What the? It's a spiral staircase. Do you want to descend the stairs, or do you just want to leave and go back through the thoroughfare?
Definitely descending the stairs.
I mean, all that work, you gotta...
Seriously.
If it's not something at least like semi-good, brutal. The wrought iron spiral staircase is narrow with deep steps, and you grip tightly onto the banister as you descend. Round and round, deeper and deeper. How far does this staircase go? To the center of the earth. Your footsteps make a loud clanging noise, which echoes around. But then you realize that it's not just echoes. There's someone following you. You whip around, almost slipping and falling. The figure, just 4 steps behind you, jeez,
Oh, come on.
is dressed in a lab coat but has blue-gray skin. He looks unkempt, as if he's not slept in days. For a few seconds, you just stare at each other. He doesn't move any closer, but gestures futilely, as if he hasn't a clue what to say. Eventually, he waves his hand at his own face and says, Argyria, in a broad Yorkshire accent. I'm not
Yorkshire.
I guess we're in England, or maybe he's just English. I am not gonna... Argyria. What? You reply thinking, is that his name? Argyria, he repeats. He makes us experiment with silver solutions. Makes us drink them. It turns the skin this color. Silver's the answer, he keeps saying. He? You ask, and then a thought occurs to you. If you think you know who he's talking about, you could say the name, and that might prompt this lab technician to tell you more. But
Dang.
Which name do you say?
Need to go back and figure out the names.
Do you say Sir Joseph Lister, Dr. Robert Carmichael, or Mr. Rasmuth Jansen?
I'm going doctor.
Dr. Robert Carmichael. You say the name, and the lab technician winces, then shushes you. Not so loud. You never know who's listening. I know he's a killer, and he takes body parts. Not just any parts, though. Special ones. Why do you think he took the intestines? It's all linked. Guts move stuff from one place to another, and that's the power he wants. To relocate from one place to another. Different organs have different powers. There's 12 in all. He needs all 12. I've said too much. With
12 parts.
I want to make a note. With a practiced shake of the head, he turns and then pauses and reaches into his pocket. He brings out a delicate silver chalice and puts it in your hand, saying, You'll need this more than I will. Then disappears rapidly up the stairs. Stunned, you replay his words in your mind. 12 in all. So did the number 5 where the guts were draped mean he already got 5? And power, really? Surely this Robert Carmichael was simply a deranged and deluded psychopath. You consider chasing after the lab technician, but instead, you pocket the chalice and carry on down the stairs. So yeah, it says 12 in all, so did the number 5 where the guts were draped.
Yeah,
He
because
already
he's on
got
bed
5.
number 5.
So I guess he might already have 5 of the 12? Who knows?
Glad I got that right.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? Maybe you didn't get it right and it was just like...
He's just leading me down a path of
who knows?
misdirection.
You step out the staircase into a low layer of green mist, and despite this incongruous fog, it's clear that you're in the laboratories. Of course, you pass by them every day on your way to the theaters. There's just never been a reason to go inside them. All around you are typical lab workbenches, but instead of high-tech equipment, there's just rows upon rows of specimen jars. You scrutinize one that is half filled with a thick black, viscous liquid. It looks like crude oil, but protruding from the surface, there are thick black spider's legs. You withdraw in disgust. It seems like most of the exhibits are animals. Mice fetuses, foetuses, F-O-E-T-U-S-E-S. A dissected spinal cord, only 12 centimeters long, a tongue. Hang on a minute. You pick up the glass jar, rotating it slowly, feeling the nausea build. It has only one label stuck to it, which says 3. The tongue looks distinctly human. Abruptly, you hear a thin scratching sound from behind, so you turn and see words being gouged into the wall tiles. Free me. Free me? Free who, you wonder? The tongue? If you decide to reach into the jar to carefully extract the body part, turn to page 13. If you think that dropping the jar onto the floor is a safer option, turn to page 33.
I'm making a list.
So do you want to reach into the jar and take the tongue out, or drop it on the floor?
What number was the liver? I guess she was missing the liver.
Yeah.
He was missing the liver.
I don't think it said.
Wait, what are my options? I'm sorry.
So you turned around, and in the wall, it was being scratched, the words "free me."
Mm-hmm.
And you were wondering if it was the tongue saying that. And so you can either reach in and take out the tongue, or you can drop the jar.
Why would I reach in and take it out?
What do you want, little boy?
yeah, take it out.
Yeah,
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
I'm wondering if I gather a list of all the body parts, if I can figure out, where he's going next. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe.
Oh, so now he needs a bone. I need to go to the...
He needs to go to that hole. As the lid comes off, you're expecting the strong smell of formaldehyde, but there's nothing. You give a brief shrug of your shoulders, then insert your hand in. Your fingers close around the tongue, but it's a slippery organ, and you can't quite grab it. You're so focused on the task that you don't realize the jar is getting smaller and smaller, until you finally try to withdraw and find that your hand is stuck tight. Oh, I didn't know it was in a Pringles can. Trying not to panic, you pull at the glass, almost dislocating your thumb, but your hand won't shift. You have no option but to smash the jar against the edge of the bench. Also, the tongue's not an organ.
I was about to say, the tongue's not an organ.
It's a muscle.
The skin is.
What?
The largest organ in the body.
Oh my gosh. Facts, bro. The jar smashes, splintering into thousands of pieces onto the floor and making the mist ripple away. The preservative fluid splashes your scrubs, and as you jump back, you catch a glimpse of the tongue lying motionless like a lump of meat before the mist returns and closes over it. Then nothing. You wait, but still nothing. Finally, you decide that this is a waste of time and you should leave. You turn to head for the door. Stood directly behind you is a woman. You scream, ah. Jump away from her, but skid in the fluid. I always hate when I skid on ice. You fall, feeling tiny shards pierce your skin. The woman looks surprised, then smiles. I have little time, but thank you from the bottom of my heart. Tongues are how we communicate, and mine has the power to talk to animals. You have freed me, and now that power is yours. Whenever you need this power, speak the word glossal.
What is it?
Glossal.
Glossal?
Mm-hmm.
Like hypoglossal?
Wait, you cry. What does this murderer want from me? I have no powers.
I do now.
All women have the power to create and nurture life. Men don't. Robert Carmichael envied this, and thanks to my mother, hates women. It was a dangerous combination. Thanks to his mother, hated women. Many fell under his knife as he tried to understand the power. At first, he was shunned from his profession, then eventually hunted for his crimes. He disappeared without a trace in 1898, but of course he didn't disappear. Somehow he learnt about the real powers of witches, and he made this world. He continued his deadly search ever since, and grows stronger with each power. Maybe you do have powers, maybe you don't. It doesn't matter. He will rip you apart looking for it. As her words fade away, so does she. Her pale skin becomes translucent, while her white mane of hair falls and merges with the mist. Well, at least you have some answers, although not quite what you were hoping for. You've had enough of this place now, so you head for the exit. He wants the power to create life, I guess.
Well, the other person said they wanted the power
To translocate.
Yeah, to move from one place to the other, like the intestines.
But then she's saying that he hated women because they could create life and he couldn't. And so he started... So it wasn't necessarily that he wants that power. He just started craving power from other people. And so she could speak to animals. And so he took her tongue. Who knows?
Anyone can speak to animals.
That's true. My tongue can speak to animals. Yeah, she needs ears to hear animals. You grab the laboratory door handle and pull, but it's locked. You're trapped. Instantly you panic and look around for something to smash through the door with. But then you notice a small Petri dish that's glowing with a soft pink luminescence. You go over to it, mesmerized by the color, and see that it's labeled Crush Sea Eagle Talons.
Sea eagle?
Sea Eagle.
If you wish seagull?
Nope, Sea Eagle. If you wished, also seagulls don't have talons anyways.
No.
eagles have talons, especially the ones that live in the sea.
The sea eagle. The eagle of the sea.
If you wish to take it, put it in your pocket.
I guess so.
So you have a petri dish of crushed sea eagle talons.
CEA?
SEA.
I mean, why did I say C?
CEA?
Well, because I was writing C as I was trying to verbalize.
Sea eagle talons.
I wrote SEA.
You have, I mean, it doesn't make any sense, so I don't blame you. You head back to the door a little calmer now and see that a key is already in the lock.
Sea eagle talons. What the heck would I need that for?
Berating yourself for that hysteria, you open the door and set off down a small corridor. You pass by other laboratories and offices and head directly for the main ground thoroughfare.
If I'm like I'm collecting these things and I'm okay, I have a chalice, I have a scalpel, I have sea eagle talons.
A petri dish of sea eagle talons that's glowing pink.
Am I gonna like add all these things that I gather into my chalice?
I make you into a sea eagle. Die. Okay.
And then I drink it and I have powers to kill him?
That'd be cool.
Huh?
You step into the wide corridor, grimacing as a splash of thick green pond water soaks into your socks. You wonder briefly why the water is here, but not in the labs. Then remember that nothing makes sense anymore. Fair enough.
Glossal.
There's an animal. I can talk to him. As far as you can see, the entire thoroughfare looks flooded, and the air is heavy with stagnant odor. In front of you lies the door to the ground floor section of the operating theaters. It has a freshly painted symbol on it, an 8-spoked wheel. Looks like a wheel with 8 spokes. You are drawn to it, so cross over, arm outstretched, but when you touch it, you realize that it's been drawn in blood. Blood? You wipe your fingers on your scrubs and try the door, but they're locked. So where to now? You could go left to the accident and emergency department. We're definitely in England. Because in England, when you go to the emergency room, it's called A&E. And the guy with the Yorkshire accent. And they've spelled some stuff. We're in England. Do you want to go to A&E or head right towards the hospital entrance?
A&E.
You arrive at the double doors leading to A&E, the A&E department. It has a strange orange light emanating from it, which makes you wonder whether this was a good idea after all. Still, you're here, so you might as well go in. The reason for the orange glow is simple. The ceilings, floor, and every wall are painted orange. You walk... Hey, it's your favorite color.
Yeah.
You walk into the waiting room, footsteps echoing because there isn't a single piece of furniture. No curtains, no chairs, no gurneys. Nothing to absorb the sound. Through the glass doors of the exit, you see a brick wall, so there's no way out, and fighting back the disappointment, you turn 180 degrees and walk out of the waiting room. The large patient area is to your right, is divided into resuscitation, general treatment rooms, and a quiet room for psychotic episodes. Mm-hmm. Where do you want to go? Resuscitation, the general treatment room, or the quiet room? All seem like amazing options.
Quiet room.
That seems like a horrible option. Seems like a horrible option. That's not what I would have chosen. Entering the quiet room, you switch the table lamp on it and illuminate the cozy, safe space. There are soft cream walls with an inviting plump sofa, and over to the side a single bed with... You cry out! Fear completely paralyzing you, and as much as you want to, you can't close your eyes. You can't help but stare. There is a wizened form lying under the sheets, and crouched on its chest is a blackened, malevolent form. It gazes at you with yellow eyes, then shifts on its haunches. Is it getting ready to attack? This thought freezes your frozen muscles. If you want to try and talk to it, turn to page 184, but if you want to attack and strike first, turn to page 267.
I have to attack it?
You can either wait and try to talk to it.
I'm going to try and talk to
it. Let me talk to this black wizened form. I mean no harm, you announce in a trembling voice. I'm just trying to get home. Can you help me? The thing regards you with a bored expression, unfolds one leg out, stretches it, and then tucks it back underneath its rump. Excuse me? You say with a less trembling voice. Is this thing just going to ignore you? After a pregnant pause, it is obvious that yes, it's going to ignore you. You tut loudly, then leave the room.
All right.
You can now choose to go to the general treatment area or the resuscitation room, but if you've had enough of this place, you can simply leave A&E and go up the stairwell.
Resuscitation.
This is where doctors and nurses strive to snatch people back from the jaws of death. It was a place of high drama and emotion. And high energy, a voice says from the far corner. At first you think it's just a shadow, yet the smell is strong. It is the delicious smell of cooked meat. But with a surge of nausea, you see that it's cooked flesh.
Dang it.
I mean, technically that's the same thing. They should have said cooked human flesh. Human flesh.
Does it say that?
Literally the next sentence. You see it's cooked flesh. Human flesh. It's not a shadow. It's a charred human being, which is still smoking yet still walking. Walking towards you. Should you leave?
Impressive.
Don't leave, it says, and you realize it's red, reading your mind? Yes. Oh, that's what Don't leave, it says. You realize it's reading your mind. Yes. It stops and stands in front of you. You can clearly see the tightened and split skin and the darkened, empty pit where eyes once were. The stench is nauseating. Even though previously it said delicious smell of cooked meat. I'm number 7. She gestures as if she was pulling back her hair to show off the side of her head. But there is no hair left, just blackened scalp. Carmichael took my ears because he needed my power. He forgot, though. There are more ways to skin a cat, and witches are resourceful, vengeful too. He should not forget that. So if he took your ears, how can you still hear thoughts? You ask, wondering if this night could get any more surreal. It raises its arms out to the side, making a horrendous crackling noise as too tight's flesh gives way and rents. Just in case you want to see what you're dealing with there.
Do you think it's a coincidence that the numbers so far are 3, 5, and 7, prime numbers?
That is interesting. The answer is around you. Color is more powerful than you could ever believe. Orange stimulates energy. All you need is to learn how to harness it. But does that mean you can't leave here? It acknowledges your question with a sad nod of the head, and then looks up and takes a step towards you. But you can. You need to save yourself, and by doing that, you can save me and my 10 sisters. He hides beyond this place. 12 things. Her plus her 10 sisters. And you.
Am I a woman?
I don't know. It never really said.
I guess it doesn't.
But that makes sense. Because there's 12 things he needs. Her and her 10 sisters and you. He hides beyond this place, and you can only leave through the mortuary. Amazing. You look totally bemused and are about to say what, when it reaches out and silences you with a finger on your lips before stating dramatically, "Be with the corpse behind the number of ribs. Now go."
Be with the corpse behind the number of ribs.
How many ribs are there? Now go. With that, shout, she pushes you back and disappears, leaving you with barbecued grease on your lips. Ugh. Barbecued grease?
No, I'm hungry.
Ugh, no. She's just like a greasy Charlie. Shush. Once you've wiped that off, you need to decide where to go. You can now choose to go to the general treatment area, the quiet room, or if you've had enough of this place, you can simply leave A&E and go up the stairwell. So you need to go with the corpse behind the number of ribs. I'm assuming she means when you get to the mortuary. Maybe that's the exit. Man, that's going to be another guessing game. Honestly, I'm trying to think if I remember how many ribs there are. I think I might know. So do you want to...
Isn't it 13?
I'm not saying...
Oh, what?
Maybe when we get there, we'll figure it out. You're acting like you're going to get to the end.
But that... I don't know. I don't think that would make sense because it's only 12. I thought there were 13.
Well, I don't think it has to do with that. It's just maybe once you get to the mortuary, like the exit is through...
What are my options? I'm sorry.
You can go to the general treatment area, you can go back to the quiet room, or you can leave A&E.
Might as well finish it off. General treatment.
You drift around the trolleys and chairs and think about the myriad of people treated here. Most would have been patched up and sent home, and some would have gone to the wards or even to you for emergency operations. Over in the corner, there's a small plaster room with its white haze of plaster of Paris over every surface. It even still hangs in the air, and you can taste it in your mouth as every breath draws the gypsum into your lungs. You can't see anything of interest here, so feeling an irritated cough building up, you decide to leave. Just as you reach the door to leave, you spot something familiar hanging from a drip stand. A stethoscope. You grab it and drape it around your shoulders. You never know, it might come in handy. Now you can choose to go to the quiet room, the resuscitation room. However, if you've had enough of this place, you may simply leave Annie and go to the nearest stairwell.
Everything I've picked up starts with an S.
The scalpel, the silver chalice, the seagull talons, and the stethoscope. So you're just going to leave, unless you want to go back to the quiet room and attack that guy.
I have a stethoscope now.
You have a scalpel, too. So you could have attacked him.
I was going to listen to his lungs and his heartbeat, make sure he doesn't have, any arrhythmias.
I kind of feel like you made the right decision there, not attacking, though. I feel like that probably would have ended badly.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing about this, that since there's no character sheet, something like that is either you're going to live or die.
Yeah.
Like, there's probably no in-between. Whereas, at least, like...
It wasn't doing anything to me. I didn't really see a reason to attack, but... Alright, well, I guess we're leaving.
If this is your first time in this stairwell, you're going to be shocked to see a curled-up human skeleton nestled halfway up the stairs.
I'm not really shocked. I'm kind of more intrigued because of all the numbers and,
If you've already met the skeleton, you may pass it by without batting an eyelid. At this stage, you're getting quite blasé and are wondering if anything can shock you ever again. The answer to that comes quickly as you take the final corner and almost trip over the black, wispy cocoon which is writhing on the landing.
Did it already meet the skeleton?
No, but it doesn't give you a... I think it's just saying that... I don't think it's like meeting the skeleton. I think it's just saying if you've already seen the skeleton, you're not shocked by it. But if I've
seen lots of stuff.
Yeah, and so I think it's saying like you've already seen a bunch of crap.
Mm-hmm.
But you trip over a black, wispy cocoon which is writhing on the landing. You leap back, falling over a couple of stairs before you catch your balance, and then watch in horror as it draws itself up. Is it about to explode? Beware the Witchfinder General, a booming voice announces. The words echo up and down the stairwell. His work here continues. With that, the cocoon slumps down, then scoots up the wall and through an almost invisible vent in the ceiling. Beware the Witchfinder General. The only thing left of the encounter is a few black streaks. Once you've calmed down and your heart is beating normally again, you leave the stairwell. The first floor corridor looks the same as it did the last time you were here, only now you're not just wandering around aimlessly. You need to get out of here, and if you've already found a clue of who can help you do just that, you should also be able to pinpoint a destination. So where do you want to go? Back to the operating theaters, the prayer room, or the vascular ward? So previously, you heard Bad Man in the vascular ward. We've been in the operating theaters. I don't remember if there's anything in there. I guess the thing in there was the lady with the liver, but...
Yeah. Or that would have probably been where I found that person's name and the alphabet riddle would have...
Or the prayer room, which you haven't been to before.
It says I should know where to go.
Well, it's saying you need to get out here, and if you've already found a clue of who can help you do just that, you should be able to pinpoint a destination. So you haven't been pointed to a person that can help you.
Mm-hmm.
You've kind of been pointed to an area. But to be fair, you've been to the operating room. There was no one there. Oh, wait, no. There was that person, but you didn't know the name. And you still don't. Because it's definitely not Robert Carmichael, because you needed to convert it into a number that means an entry. Mm-hmm. So it needs to be short.
Where was that person?
I think they were somewhere in the operating theaters at some point. No, were they? I don't know. But the vascular ward was where you listened at the door and you heard the person whistling. And you haven't been to the prayer room yet.
I'm just going to go to the prayer room.
New areas. It does seem kind of like you have to go to every ward and there's like a new organ that you figure out about. But unfortunately, you can't go into the vascular ward at the moment. You stand in the middle of the prayer room surrounded by umber. If you saw the anagram Roan or Pyre, then you're sure that you're in the right place, but what happens now? Well, if you recorded the code word shards, you must immediately turn to whatever. If you didn't, you can carry on reading. You didn't record the code word shards. This whole first part is crazy. You stand in the middle of the prayer room surrounded by umber. If you saw the anagram Rome or Pyre, then you're sure you're in the right place, but what happens now? You didn't record the shards. So I guess if you ever find that, you have to come back here. Your frustration rises, and just when you're on the verge of throwing the chairs around and storming out, you notice a slight movement. You dart round to face it, but face what? All you can see is the mural. The forest scene with a deer, a badger, and of course, crow.
I've got a crow.
You watch closely and see another movement, and another, and you realize that the crow isn't a glass image anymore, but a real live bird. Brother! It struts nonchalantly over the carpet towards you and caws purposefully. Ah! Ah! Almost as if it wants to talk with you.
Hey, Glossal!
If you've already been told how to communicate with animals, you should know the secret word. Turn the word into a number by using the code A is 1, B is 2, C is 3.
Okay, so Glossal.
Add the numbers together and turn to the section with... Oh, so, yeah, it could have been Robert Carmichael. So you get all the numbers and add them together. If you don't know the word, you are doomed to wander the hospital looking for a way out until you simply die or he finds you. Oh my gosh. So if you would have not known the word here, you would have just died.
I think I did it right.
Well, we can check.
Pretty sure it's 84. Is it right?
No.
Oh.
You want me to read the first line? You crouch down next to Samuel's chair, keeping a close eye on the hand. He better not smear shit all over you.
Samuel.
Okay.
All right. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Oh, that's why. 85.
You say the word glossal and wait for a thunderclap or something equally dramatic. What are you doing? The crow asks, head tilted to one side. Feeling slightly stupid, you sit down, cross-legged on the floor in front of it. I was told that you know the way to get out of here. Indeed I do. Well, out of this part anyhow. When you leave this part, you'll be inside another part, and that part is a very different kettle of fish, I assure you. Do you know how to get out of that part? You asked tentatively. Oh no, that is his part. Or it is her part? I'm not party to that part. All I've heard is that Jezebeth is important in that part.
Jezebeth.
You pause and think about your next question. The crow seems to be quite tetchy, and you get the feeling that if you upset it, that'll be that. What should you ask? Can Jezebeth help me, or where is the exit?
I don't know if she can help me. Which number is she?
Once you've asked your question, the crow regards you with flinty eyes. Slowly, it deliberately shakes its head from side to side. I had high hopes for you, but you choose to waste your opportunities because you simply can't focus. Well, you get all you deserve, and with that, it struts off. You try to follow, but your hands and legs won't move. They're too heavy. You can't even move your eyes now, and you have no choice but to stare fixedly at the mural. Just before it all goes black forever, you see a stained glass version of yourself appear, peering out from behind an oak tree, trapped in the glass mural forever.
So that's the end.
Would you like to ask the other question?
The other question was just, where's the exit?
Yeah, so he's going to show you the exit to this part and get you to the next part.
Oh.
Because he knows
like all the parts.
He was saying that he knows the exit to this part of the stuff to get you to the next part. He doesn't know about the next part, but he knows Jezebeth can help you.
Okay.
And so...
Yeah, show me the next part.
So he was mad that you were asking questions about the part that he doesn't know about, I guess. Man, crows.
They put me in a mural forever.
You want to know what I learned about crows? That's really cool. I already knew that they can recognize human faces. So if you've met a crow before and it's like 10 years later, they'll still recognize you. And if you wrong a crow, they can teach your face to other crows, and those crows will also be really mean to you.
That's wild.
So if you're really mean to one crow and they see you, they will teach your face to other crows that they know, and if those crows see you, they will also be mean to you.
Be nice to crows, man.
Isn't that crazy? I'm just like, how do they do that? Because like humans, I can be like, oh, you just look out for a guy with a scar in his eye and like he's like, don't go near him. Somehow crows communicate and they're like, yeah, watch out for this guy. He's mean. Crazy.
Sounds like a good movie.
It's called The Birds. You ask your question and chew nervously on your bottom lip as the crow contemplates it. You're on your last life, by the way. Good.
Does it say that?
Give in to your hatred. It says good. Good. Stay focused and you just might make it through. Yes, get out. Well, for that, all you need to know is that when you've left, you will be right. If you turn left, then you turn right. All the bees, and tell the bees, give the flower the beak to please.
So I should have turned left all the way at the beginning.
All you need to know is that when you're left, you will be right. If you turn left, then you turn right. All the bees, letter, and tell the bees, actual bees, give the flower the beak to please. Sure.
I don't have a beak. I have talons.
All the bees and tell the bees. It snaps its head in your direction, gives a sharp nod, and then does a strange flapping and walks towards the dark corner of the room and promptly disappears. You sit there for a while, staring open-mouthed, but finally you realize that the crow isn't coming back. That was it. That was your help to get out of here. Now leave the room, and where do you go now? Left or right?
Left.
After a few steps in this direction, you have a choice to make. Where should you go now? Left or right?
Now right. When you go left, when you turn left, you've turned right. So I turned left. Now I turned right. Right?
I don't know.
Oh,
I have no clue. I'm just looking for some bees and a beak to please. You stand at the doorway to the renal unit, and you are about to turn the door handle when it pulls open suddenly.
Mm-hmm.
Stood in front of you is a tall figure dressed in a long waxed coat with a plague doctor mask on. If you've met this person before, turn to this page. If this is the first time you've met, turn to page 27. He's going to have a shop so he can buy items. I mean, the fact that it says if you've met him before, which means that the first time, I guess unless you ran away from him, he didn't, like, murder you.
That wasn't the person that...
No.
I guess I never saw the person. I just heard it. Or did I see them?
I think you saw him. Because he was... Yeah, because, I don't know. Oh, look at that. Look at the boy. He's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
I love plague doctors. They're so cool. It's quite the sight, and for a few seconds, you simply stare at this medieval figure until it finally speaks. What do you want? I'm busy. It barks at you, the voice muzzled behind the beak. I want to get out of here, you eventually stutter. It sighs impatiently and says, well, its hand is outstretched waiting for you to put something in it. I haven't got all day.
I don't have a beak.
You have to decide, but he's not a flower.
Oh, yeah.
You have to decide which item to give him. Do you hand over the obsidian amulet, the dried bluebell, or the crushed sea eagle talons?
Well, all I have are sea eagle talons, so that's what he's getting.
Haven't even seen an obsidian an amulet or dried bluebells. I love that he's just like, I'm busy. Just give it to me. The impatient plague doctor just like, what do you want, bro? The figure gives a frustrated shake of its head, the beak hitting the side of the door frame.
Beak!
It grabs the crushed sea eagle talons from you and throws the petri dish far down the corridor. You turn to look where it lands, and when you turn back, the door is already closed. You cry, no, wait! But it's too late. You've lost your chance to find a way out, and now it's only a matter of time before he finds you. Dead.
My sea eagle talons.
So there just must have been another place that you found either an obsidian amulet or a bluebell. Because I guess you did the riddle right, and that led you to him, and he was going to lead you to the next part. And it seems like he's like the gatekeeper.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, though, that it says if you've met him before. Oh, no. So it said if you've met him before, turn to something else. I don't know.
Because this is the renal. I think I had another chance to go to the renal ward.
No, someone mentioned something about the renal. Oh, no. That's where, remember when you looked through the hole?
Mm-hmm.
It was like the mirage that sounded like bugs.
Oh.
But yeah. So I guess you needed something that you didn't have. You've died. For a third time.
I mean, I'm pretty happy with how far I got the first time around.
I think you did well. It's just you just happened to not have gone to the place, because it would have been a different thing if you had multiple items and you had to choose. But the fact that you're like, well, I only have the sea eagle talons, so here. Because at least if you would have gotten to choose and been like, oh, which one is it? But
I mean, maybe if I actually would have fought that thing and then
maybe he would have
it would have just
he would have
gone
dropped
away,
something.
or because he was on top of a body, right? Wasn't there a body covered in a
Yeah, he was like sitting on top of a body. Yeah, no, I think he did pretty well. But it started off shaky, but I think it got good.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a bunch of grammar errors and stuff, but maybe that's just how British people do it.
I mean, maybe it's correct in British.
No. There were some things that were spelled differently, but some stuff I was just like, this doesn't make sense.
Okay.
But that was Nightshift. If you enjoyed it, and you have other games you want us to play, whether it's another game book, another board game, whatever. I didn't say leave it down in the comments at the beginning. I'm a disaster. But that was Nightshift. Maybe we'll play it again. Maybe we won't. You never know. Maybe you have to wait and find out. But until next time, see ya.
See ya.